Aloha, and welcome back to Live at the Legislature. I'm Ka'eo Kealoha Lindsay with the House Minority. Our guest again today is Representative Gene Ward, the House Minority Floor Leader, Representative of Hawaii Kai, Co-Chair of Small Business, and member of the Committee on Finance. Good morning, Representative.
Good morning, Ka'eo. Good morning to everybody.
So today we'll be talking about taxes, business, and finance. And to begin, on Sunday, Tom Yamachika published an article on Civil Beat posing the question, will Hawaii conform to the Trump tax cuts? And so my first question is, should we, and if so, why?
There's two things Americans have got to do. One is to die, and second is to pay taxes. No matter what comes out, we're going to have to pay taxes. What we've got is a debate going on between adopting, conforming to, which every year occurs, by the way, not just because there's a Trump tax bill, but every year the Finance Committee and therefore the House and the Senate has to say, yes, we will agree to all the conformity. And in the Constitution it says we have to do that because for the simplicity of filing and the benefit for those who are the what would you call them, it's basically an honesty system for people filing, that we have to do that. What I want to do is take a shout out to the Chair of Finance, Sylvia Luke, Representative Luke, who said that, you know, the Finance Committee has got a recommendation from the Department of Taxation, but I think we should have kind of a forum seminar to really see what the high points are, the low points, like the mortgage deduction has been capped at 500,000, whereas before it was $1 million, or no, sorry, it's 750,000, and then charitable deductions may change, et cetera. So what we're going to have before we actually vote on that bill for conformity is to have a offer and a take. But I would say this in terms of what Tom Yamachika said. He said basically we should do the same thing, I think he suggested that we did under the Reagan tax cuts. People are getting more money in their pockets. Now, who's going to be against people getting more money in their pockets? If you're against getting more money in people's pockets, you've got to be kidding, at least at this time in the Hawaii economy. So it's kind of a work in progress, but I think eventually we'll probably adopt the majority of things. The things that we may change may be the mortgage deduction, because expensive housing in Hawaii is not going to go away.
Okay, and that leads me to my next question. So according to Speaker Ryan's website, 350 million companies have announced that $2.7 billion in bonuses have benefited more than 4.7 million people here since tax reform was passed in December. And so locally, we saw that here with First Hawaiian Bank, Bank of Hawaii, and American Savings, who most of the employees got bonuses of over $1,000, and their minimum wage has been raised to $15 an hour. So given the success of tax reform so far, and you as yourself as a former small business owner, what more do you think can be done here in Hawaii to bring good paying jobs here and just jobs generally?
I'm still a small business owner, still paying GT taxes and other deductions. But it looks as though when we've got a tax opportunity, who's going to be, in terms of bonuses, they've been kind of a dinosaur. We used to talk about them a lot. And then, Japan gives bonuses. In fact, a good part of your salary may be a bonus during Japan. And then traditionally in the US, it was during the Christmas season. Now they've kind of gone away, except now they're coming back. And with the quotes that you've given, there's a lot of people who are going to be able to get a lot more income for the holidays and for the kid's birthday. And quite frankly, 70% of the economy is run by expenditures by the public. It's not the government, it's not the businesses, it's people spending money that makes the economy hum. So this is good. It's got to be good, and I doubt anybody's going to refuse a bonus. Except we don't get any in the legislature, just so people know that. We have no bonuses in the legislature.
And so we're moving into the 5-day recess, and so we'll have kind of a, marathon of hearings. And so what are some of the things on your radar so far just regarding housing and homelessness that may come through finance?
You know, the break is kind of a time to contemplate. At the same time, we have a lot of finance hearing because all the bills essentially go to finance. One of those that come to mind is if people were watching earlier talking about suicide, Hawaii has one of the highest increases as well as one of the highest rates of suicide. And there's a bill that attacks the family that makes it even weaker. That is, if you file for divorce, you get a restraining order. Heretofore, if you file for divorce, you know, you have a discussion between members, but this weakens the family because it makes animosity as part of the agreement between a husband and a wife. And I don't think that's a good issue. It keeps the kids separated, they got to stay in the school. There's, I think, more endangerment, quite frankly, in that bill than there is positive things. The other thing regarding Hawaii homelessness and housing, we had a great bill that told the counties they had to have so many houses built or otherwise they would have their TAT taxes decreased. That bill I thought was a great stick to get the counties out of permit purgatory. Permit purgatory is where it takes you 7 months to 7 years to get a permit to do any kind of development, particularly a house. Take 2 or 3 years for a house, for other development, 20 years to do ho'opili. We've got to incentivize either by carrots or sticks, and this was a carrot, a stick, which everybody said, oh, that's too harsh. Everybody came against it, but I commend Representative Luke for thinking in those terms.
And do you have any other updates regarding, say, the sanctuary state bill or just anything that went on last week?
I would say the update on the sanctuary state bill is your taxes are going to increase if we keep pursuing this, sticking our fingers in the administration's eyes. Case in point, we are needing $750 million, for those of you who want the rail to be built. $750 million is in the, how would you say, on again, off again. They're going to give it to us, they're not going to give it to us. And Mayor Caldwell backed off on the sanctuary city issue because, hey, you want money from the feds? Right now, 25% of our budget comes from the federal government. And to do a sanctuary state is another way, and it's simply a political question. There's nothing substantively that really makes a difference. Immigration is not a priority here. We're all immigrants. We all have family. We all have relatives. And what I'm thinking is that if this goes through, taxes are certainly going to increase, or the inefficiency of our congressional delegation will even be neutered all the more.
So we've got about a minute left. Do you have any last thoughts?
Yes, I want to do a shout out to Friends of Hanauma Bay because this is what is now the bill to ban, only for sunscreen, oxybenzone, which is found in not only coral reefs, but for the biology of women and men and fish, it wreaks havoc. So it's one of those bills that's going to be heard by the person sitting here earlier, Senator, I think in probably tomorrow or the next day, is going to hear this bill. And for anybody who's interested in sunscreen, everybody's got to use sunscreen, everybody has it, but this is the one that can be substituted and there's no hit on anybody, and they can be beautiful and cancer-free.
Representative Ward, thank you for your time. Thank you for viewing. We'll see you next week.